Hello, my name is Dr. Tarumai Ghoshal. Welcome to my live page. So today I will talk about how to get involved in teaching of Environmental Engineering 1 and what are the preconcepts required for that. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am basically graduate from IIT Kharagpur. So my basics was in exploration geophysics, and I did my PhD in like environmental aspects, basically the cyclone simulation. Now presently I am head of the department at Department of Civil Engineering, DIT University, and I am teaching environmental related subjects. So basically environmental engineering, it is an essential part of civil engineering. It basically relates that how we are dealing with the environment as well as the normal water supply in our day-to-day life. Because the water supply, it is a very much essential in our life, in like day-to-day life, and basically water supply engineering is an important aspect in civil engineering, where basically we deal with that what are the different water quality parameters that are essentially to maintain within their permissible limit, so that it will not exceed its toxicity limit or like the limit that will basically create a problem for the humans. So basically environmental chemistry is basically related to the water chemistry. That means the when we are basically dealing with the different water quality parameters, it has many parameters like pH, TDS, then like the what are the heavy elements involved in that, what are the biological parameters involved in that. So in order to basically take these parameters or measure the parameters, you should have the basic and fundamental knowledge of chemistry, how the different elements are reacting with each other, how the different elements are dissolved in water, and how to eradicate those elements if they are exceeding its permissible limit. So that's why in that case the basic fundamental knowledge of chemistry is required. Communication skills is very much important in teaching. So why it is? Because communication, whether globally accepted, it's my personal that that English should be a medium of communication in all aspects of engineering. Why it is? Because in many aspects still our Indian like scenario is lacking behind the Western countries in technological advancement. So if we want to adopt the technological advancement from Western countries as well as what are the growing industries that are basically generating lot of new technological advancement, if we want to know that, then we must have proper communication skills with those technocrats, because so that we can deal with those technocrats, we can have their knowledge and we can imbibe those knowledge in our students. Teaching profession is a very noble profession. Basically, teachers are the foundation maker for society. Why I say foundation maker? Because the professionals, the students who are basically coming out from an institution, they are actually getting benefited from the knowledge that teachers are sharing, and that knowledge they will be applying in their future life, in their professional life, where or any project they are involved. So if teacher, this teaching profession is a very noble. Why it is? Because we are creating the professionals. We are creating professionals for future generation. We are creating professionals who can actually solve the real life problems, who can significantly contribute to the society. If there is a real life problem is there, if there is any industry driven technology that can be applied to that problems, so whether the particular teacher or student, they are having sufficient knowledge to imbibe those knowledge. Because it's a challenge, because unless your analysis or your theoretical concepts are perfectly okay, or your concepts are very much sound, your analysis will be wrong. So in morning time, basically I get up maybe at 4 AM. So that time I read some books, so that because that time is basically in scripture is called Brahma Muhurta, so that time is very much good for like keeping everything in mind. So if we revise our lessons, so that will be very much beneficial. So that's why I do revise my whatever the classes that I am going to take in next day or in the same day, that I revise at the morning session only. Then I take the breakfast. Now when I come to the my office, at like I always follow that whenever I go to class, I have to go to class. So I basically go to class at least 2 to 3 minutes before the scheduled time. So that basically gives me advantage to tell the students that you should be like adhering the time like I am following. After that, then I basically after maybe the lunch time, I mainly focus on my own research, because as I told you that a teacher should be having a proper balance between his teaching, his like generating knowledge, as well as the enhancing his knowledge. So the research is a domain, or research is basically it is giving an opportunity to teachers, so that the teacher knowledge is enhanced through innovative ideas. So I basically devote the after lunch period, that time I especially devote for my own research, where I do research on primarily basic on the climate as well as the cyclone simulations. That is my objective of research area. So that I am primarily dealing with that. And then maybe at our like 5:30 or so, I take break of that. I go to evening walk, so that I can be again like fresh in mind. And in evening time, again I revise my teaching, whatever I am going to teach in the next day, that syllabus I am going to revise, or that portion I am going to revise. In this way, basically I am utilizing my whole day, so in a professional way. I hope that I have given a balanced view of whatever requirement in environmental engineering aspect for teaching in this profession. Thank you.